Lou Hutt Show with financial expert Lou Hutt.
The key thing is happiness and longevity and quality of life. I believe financial security has a lot to do with it. If you're worried every day about whether you can avoid your creditors, you can send your kids to college, if you can pay your mortgage, it's hard to be optimistic.
The Lou Hutt Show, SiriusXM's Urban View, where talk empowers and becomes action.
Today's Tech Tuesday is brought to you by Dell. Shop Dell's Black Friday sneak peek right now to save on business computers with Intel Core processors, plus free shipping. Call 877-BUY-DELL or visit Dell.com/business deals. That's 877-BUY-DELL.
This is Tech Tuesday on the Karen Hunter Show. Hashtag We Own Tech.
Yep, we do. That's so powerful. Welcome back to the hottest show in the galaxy. Let me tell you about stamps. The holidays are coming and the post office is extra busy with people sending cards and gifts. And if you're a business owner, your day is already busy enough. Stamps.com brings the post office right to you. Anything you can do at the post office, you can do at Stamps.com. Whatever your mailing needs are, simply use your printer to print official U.S. postage 24/7 for any letter, any package, any class of mail, anywhere you want to send it. And once your mail is ready, you can just hand it to the mail carrier, or you can go to the post office but not stand in line. Just drop it in the mailbox. And it's that simple. Stamps.com is a no-brainer, and it's convenient. Make the most of your time during the holiday season by checking off the post office runs on your to-do list when the season is around. So listen, use promo code HUNTER for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial, plus free postage and a free digital scale with no long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in HUNTER. That's Stamps.com. Use code HUNTER. Never go to the post office again. Well, you can, but use Stamps.com. And get a bank account at One United Bank. Why? Because we need to have financial institutions in our community, because that's called power. All right. And One United is the largest Black-owned bank in the country. And they're proud to introduce Bank Black X, which will empower our community, close the racial wealth gap. People are always asking, why should I bank Black? Well, it's really simple, because the money is where it's at. All right. And having a financial institution that has your best interest at heart will empower our community. All right, so not only do they have Zelle, Cash App, Venmo, all the other things that the other banks have, they also have programs that will tell you the truth about your money and make financial literacy a core value. All right, so go to OneUnited.com, and of course their debit cards have Black people on it. OneUnited.com, the Bank Black X movement at OneUnited.com, member FDIC. OneUnited.com. All right. It's been one of those days. What's up, Andrew? Andrew Yang. McCaskill.
What's going on?
All right, let me welcome to the show. It's hot in here, too. It's like 50,000 people. Y'all taking pictures, giving away books.
Giving away books.
It's too much. All right, let me welcome to the show is our Tech Tuesday guest all the way from California. He's going to talk about animation software. Ooh, this is interesting. Let me welcome. He is the CEO of UNOMi. I guess UNOMi. Obi Onyejekwe.
Thank you.
Onyejekwe. Did I do that?
Yes.
You say it.
Onyejekwe.
Onyejekwe. You're Nigerian?
Yes.
Yes. Onyejekwe. What does that mean?
Who will believe me? So my ancestors' journey was a crazy one. So it was a wild story. So who's gonna
tell us the story?
Just a struggling story between, I think, my great-great-grandfather was an orphan and went through a lot of trials and tribulations and coming up in a tribe that he was in at the time, and made it through his way. And I think eventually started a business and led the way for his family.
Okay. Yeah. So were you raised in Nigeria?
Born in Nigeria, raised in the U.S.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And how did you start this tech? Or where did you? This can't be your first tech company.
Oh, no.
All right. So go take us to the origin story.
Yeah. So the origin story is after working at Viacom, Nickelodeon, and a couple other networks, I started my first startup, which is called Nito, which was a facial recognition app similar to what you see in Snapchat. So Snapchat acquired a company called Luxury, and then AOL acquired our company. So then from there, made a good, decent amount of money, moved to California, started UNOMi, and went from there. So UNOMi is basically a software as a service for animators and video game developers. It automates the most complex tasks in the game development and animation process, therefore allowing users to easily create animated content and make more money and make more content out and put it out there.
I was just talking about this today. So UNOMi. So say I have so Jay-Z did this 13 thing, right? Which used animation to illustrate he and Ava DuVernay to illustrate the 13th Amendment and how horrific it is.
Exactly.
Could they use something like UNOMi?
Absolutely. So we automate the lip syncing, which is one of the most complex parts of animation. So 2D and 3D animation automates the lip syncing, and we have a motion tracking technology as well. So so instead of using the tracking suits, you just use our technology.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm having conversations all the time with entrepreneurs and folks who are in the tech space who are pleading with them to get involved in gaming. $36 billion industry that has almost zero black representation, right? Yet 73% of African Americans over the age of 13 identify as gamers.
Exactly.
We're literally starving for black content in the gaming in the gaming industry, right?
Exactly.
And so this seems like that this kind of breaks a path towards being able to add some creativity to some really innovative software to get us a little bit closer to parity.
Exactly. Allow anybody coming in the game to easily create the content as well.
Right.
So right now it's extremely expensive. So the barrier to entry is extremely high. So but using the software, you can definitely break in and make the content a lot easier.
So if we're talking animators, are we talking also around content creators who want to create like media? They want to create like an animated show, or they want to add animation to business presentations. They want to add animation. They want to do storytelling with animation versus using live characters or live actors.
Exactly. It's all of that. So basically it's almost like it's pretty much a game engine / animation platform. So you'll be able to make your 3D animated character.
Yeah.
Then with UNOMi, you can automate the lip syncing to make them talk, and then use the motion tracking and make them animate. Done. So you can roll out animated content daily. So if you're a YouTube content creator, it's a game change.
Yeah, because I'm thinking like if I'm doing SMR or any of that kind of stuff, it could be really interesting and unique if I'm doing it as an animated character versus me showing up as Drew McCaskill. I could potentially have an animated pseudonym and then still go to work and be my normal Drew self without somebody directly connecting me to my specific online persona if I wanted to.
Exactly. It's almost like taking the technology and almost what you experience in Fortnite, just take that out and have your own avatar and put it everywhere.
Oh, look at you, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You've never heard that before, I bet.
I've never heard that one before, I'm sure.
Okay. What sparked this? How did you come to this?
So so I also have a animation studio as well.
You have an animation studio.
Yep. So
where?
In California.
Are you in Santa Monica?
Yes, Santa Monica. I live in Venice, but Santa Monica is where the studio's at. Yeah. And so, we create animated content and video games as well. And so there was one music video we were working on, actually for Tyga. And there was another video we did for Designer. And so they wanted some rapping in there for the characters, but we were like, that's gonna go way over the budget. So I was like, man, there has to be a way where this should be automated by now. And it should be
and it wasn't.
I mean, there was software out there, but it was garbage. Sorry. So
are you a programmer?
Yeah, so I've programmed in the past. I do more UI, what's called UI UX now. So I'm pretty much the architect. So lay it all out, the vision, the design, the branding as well. So the logo's me, the design or the website is me. So
Can you talk about how rare it is to have a black person doing user experience in tech?
Yeah, I mean, black people just even coding. The beauty is my lead engineer is a black woman.
Oh wow,
phenomenal.
Where'd you find her?
Yeah, man. The irony is through friends of friends too. It's funny. She used to live out in New York. We had mutual friends. We connected in California at a backstage Capitol party. And so she was there. She's like, I code. So I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. I was like, yeah, we got to get you on. So it happened. She did a phenomenal job, rebuilt my whole back end and pretty optimized it. She killed it.
Why aren't there more of us? Because, we're creative as F.
Yeah.
Right? Like we will come up with it.
Yeah.
But people are making money off of our creativity. And we talked about this every Tech Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
We make Twitter hot.
Mm-hmm.
We make Snapchat. We make Instagram hot. We make YouTube hot. Everything that we come into, we remix it and make it the dopest thing in the world. Music. I mean, you just go down a list. But we're not benefiting. We're not getting a dime from the hotness that we bring.
You got to be on the business side. You can't. It's great to be in front of the camera. It's great to come up with the creativity. But one of y'all got to be the business side.
So I teach at Hunter College, and I last semester I had a kid who said he was leaving to go to law school because his boys are in music, and they needed a lawyer. He was in a group. He was like, and one of us have to be able to know contracts and take care of the business. And so I was like, that's really smart. Why don't we come together in that way where if we got a company, one of y'all, similar to the way LeBron sent his, we need to move like that. So one of y'all going to business school, you're going to learn how to code. We're going to be a one-stop shop so that we don't get taken advantage of. Or did you do that?
Exactly.
Obi?
I mean, yeah, I had to. I used to be creative, and I said, you know what? Somebody has to learn this business side. And I enjoyed it. I've always been business-minded since I was young. So I gravitated to that, and I was like, okay, let me double down on this, learn the contracts, learn the term sheets, learn how it all gets done, and then now it's all here.
866-801-8255. I think I'm going to cancel Julian Castro so we can keep talking. No, I'm just playing. Can we ask seriously? No, can we ask him if he can call later? Because I want to keep having this conversation because you know when Drew spits out those numbers, because Drew knows numbers. 78% of us consider ourselves gamers. 73%. Yet we don't have any market share. We don't have any businesses. Half the damn games treat us like trash. We're being called out of our names, and we're not making any money.
Yeah, they got your dance moves in there. They got the culture in there. You know, it's just that nobody's understanding how to monetize. Even now, they got the whole esports now that's blowing up, and now I think they're licensing teams now. How many of you guys are on teams? How many of you guys will own those teams? They're selling the teams right now,
and selling out Madison Square Garden to watch esports play.
Crazy.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah,
exactly.
Crazy. All right, we're going to go to a break, and then when we come back, we're going to talk about Get UNOMi, get UNOMi.com. You have subscriptions. There's a free trial, but there's subscriptions. We're going to break down the business so people can understand how to get in the business. But let me tell you about your teeth. Your teeth are beautiful. We don't have time to tell. We don't have time to tell people about their teeth, Smiz. Nothing? How about their
Next
insurance?
hour.
Nothing?
Needed a minute.
All right. Well, Obi Onyejekwe. Say it again.
Onyejekwe.
Onyejekwe. I did that. Okay. When we come back, he's sticking around. 866-801-8255. If you are thinking about a business that needs animation, how about you call up and find out from Obi how y'all can work together? How about we do that?
Exactly.
All right. And tell us about your business as well. Drew's sticking around. Reed's sticking around. It's the Karen Hunter Show. We'll be back.
Black, I'm black, my thoughts so black, I'm black, my skin is so black, I'm rocking all black, everything is black. Rims on this black, wheels on this black, wheel with this black, black, I feel like Trayvon with this black hoodie on, Huey P. Newton, Black Revolution. I'm with a Nubian queen and some illegal aliens. I got a black fist barred up and it ain't just me, it's all us. 400 years of oppression, I'm about to give me that black Tesla. Black skid marks on the pavement, cops want to see me in a black cage. Black on black on black, Master Juba with the tap dance, Gucci with the Dapper Dan, tell them kiss my black.
Hey, welcome back. Hottest show in the galaxy is the Karen Hunter Show here on SiriusXM Urban View, channel 126. It's Tech Tuesday. We're going to keep talking tech. But before we get into that, actually, this is a piece of tech. I'm going to tell you about your teeth, straightening your teeth, right? So you used to be able to go to the dentist, orthodontist, get the wire braces. They're on, painful. You're being teased and all of this. Now they have aligners. And Candid has one of the most inexpensive, best used aligners on the market. Candid aligners can help straighten your teeth faster and cheaper than traditional wire braces. Treatment takes just 6 months on average and costs 65% less. An experienced orthodontist who's licensed in your state will create your treatment plan and then show you a 3D preview so that you can see how your teeth will look after you're done. And Candid aligners are comfortable, removable, and completely invisible, and they ship your aligners straight to you so you're not waiting in the office elbowing little kids. Plus, this season of giving, Candid donates $25 with each aligner purchased to Smile Train, which brings safe, 100% free cleft lip and palate treatment to children around the globe. So you give yourself the gift of Candid and also give somebody else. Go to candidco.com/Hunter, candidco.com/Hunter. Use code Hunter to get $75 off. And insurance is important. This is the season to elect benefits through your workplace. Most people know open enrollment is a decision time for health care coverage, but it's also the perfect moment to reassess your life insurance needs. To properly provide for your family, most people need about 10 times the life insurance coverage that they're actually getting through their jobs, which means that your employer life insurance is leaving you underinsured. That's where Policy Genius can help. Policy Genius is the easy way to shop for a life insurance policy that's not tied to your job. In minutes, you can compare quotes from top insurers to find your best price. And once you apply, the Policy Genius team will handle all of the paperwork and red tape. The life insurance you buy through your Policy Genius stays with you even if you leave your job. And Policy Genius doesn't just make life insurance easy. They can also help you find the right home insurance, auto insurance, and even disability insurance. So you're looking, as you're looking at your workplace benefits this month, make sure you double check your life insurance options and then go to policygenius.com to get quotes and apply in minutes. That's policygenius.com, the easy way to compare and buy life insurance. All right, Obi stuck around. Obi Onyejekwe. Nope, do it.
Onyejekwe.
Onyejekwe. I can do it when you say it, but then it just leaves me.
Yep.
What is that? I have to get with this. All right, so off mic we were talking about not just get UNOMi, get UNOMi.com, which helps people to animate different things, and you have these payment plans. So I want to talk about that, the subscription plans.
Yep.
So why do a subscription model, and then how does it work?
So basically, by doing a subscription model, you're constantly getting updates on the software. That's the beauty behind that. Versus we make multiple updates, and then we're trying to upsell you on a new product later on. By doing this, it's a cheaper way for you to constantly get an updated piece of software and get the most advanced piece of technology to get the work done.
Okay. All right. So what do I get for the $34 a month?
So you get the 2D lip syncing software that automates the 2D lip syncing for any animated character, which will render out. You could take it to any program that you're currently using, like After Effects, Cinema 4D, Toon Boom, Flash, and then our 3D software that's going to be out pretty soon is going to automate 3D lip syncing, which you could take to any 3D program like Maya, Cinema 4D, and 3D Studio Max. So it automates everything. Normally, without our software, it'd probably take you 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks to to do the lip syncing by hand. With our software, it does it in 12 seconds.
12 seconds?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what am I getting for $385.98 a year?
That's the annual license. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's
So
actually
who's
not
using
bad.
the software? Like
So-
who's your average user?
So right now we got animation studios currently using it, and then some independent content creators right now. So we just kind of launched like summer for the 2D software, and then the 3D version is about to come out like right now. The software is done. We just had to build out the infrastructure to actually put it up for sale. So so they're loving it. They're rolling out. So we have one animated YouTube channel. It's called Bitcoin and Friends. So they're currently using for their animated show, and they're doing really well.
Bitcoins and friends.
Bitcoin and Friends.
Bitcoin and friends.
Yeah.
Do they pay you in Bitcoin?
That'd be nice.
Would it be?
I'll take Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Okay. 866-801-8255. So Obi's here. We talked off mic about, the business of it all. And you said it was so important to go and learn the business. Tell us how you learned the business. What did you learn in the businesses? People are out there trying to build their businesses. Give them some keys to help them be successful.
Yeah, I highly advise going to like a lot of meetups and events for tech and truly read up on books like Lean Startup. And there's quite a few of them out there on how to really set up a startup. So just all the ins and outs of what to do, what not to do, how to form a team, how to approach investors. You just need to read up on all the books out there to truly understand all this stuff.
What did you get out of the Lean Startups book?
So Lean Startup is what you don't want to do is start up a company based on sheer emotion. You really want to solve a problem. That's the top thing. Don't come up with a solution, quote unquote, and then look for a problem. You really want to be out there and say, hey, is your top issue with these microphones? Like, do you need better microphones? You need better screens?
Yes.
So you really want to find that major pain point that people are struggling with and solve that problem. That's the key to a lot of the setting up the business. And then at the same time, co-founders, putting together the right team and putting together the right contracts to put together that team.
And when you're looking for co-founders, what gaps are you looking to fill when you're looking for co-founders? Is it just like, oh, I'm gonna holler at my boys?
Exactly. You really want to find people that add true value to the company. So if you don't code, you definitely need an engineer. That's the top thing. You definitely, if you're not technical, you definitely need a technical person. If you can't find that technical person and you're going to just outsource it overseas, my next top advice is definitely get a technical advisor. So he may not be hands-on, but he's going to say, okay, that overseas team, I'm going to interview them. Okay, they're BS. It should cost X amount. They should be using this programming language and go from there. Because if not, you will get screwed. Because if you don't know anything about code, I could do anything.
Especially if you don't know the lexicon of coding, right?
Yeah.
Because if you have an overseas team, they're going to do exactly what you tell them to do.
Yeah.
So you've got to have somebody on your side that's not just a vision person, but a technical person.
Exactly.
Too, right?
Exactly. Hence a technical advisor.
Yeah.
And what else in a team member, not just a founder, but the team members are you looking for? I know it sounds like in tech and in startups, that this whole environment you build as you're doing this, because it's so topsy-turvy and some days you're just trying to get by. What is it that you're looking for in those folks you're going to bring on?
Yeah, you want great synergy and company culture. So, I mean, we need to have a vibe. We need to be able to have drinks together and chill together. Because you're going to be working together for a long time. So that's the top thing. So, and then on top of that, you definitely want somebody who's business minded if it's not you. So you understand how to draw up these contracts. 50-50 is not a smart thing to do, because at that point it's kind of like a democracy. You want it to be a dictatorship, but at the end of the day, we need to believe in you. If you're the leader, we believe in you. So when you make a decision, and maybe we don't agree 100% on one thing, but we still believe in the overall vision, it needs to go in that direction. Because if it's 50-50 or split three ways, drama starts really fast.
Especially with the prospects of money on the
Exactly.
table. So when AOL came and gave you that large check, what was your business structure?
It was 50-50.
So you learn. You're like, that was some bullcrap. I'm never doing that again.
Exactly.
Hilarious. All right, you said you went to a Y Combinator.
No.
What
through
did you do?
It was an accelerator program called Backstage Capital. Actually, before I went through Backstage, I went through a pre-accelerator called Stubbs and Alternates pre-accelerator.
How do you get into these?
Events. You got to go out, man. When I first moved to California, I was going to like 3 to 4 events a week. Like networking. So I got connected through some very smart, interesting people. Got me at the Stubbs Pre-Accelerator first. Went through their program. Then from there went through Backstage Capital's program. Phenomenal program.
Why was it phenomenal?
They really broke down to me. They did a great job of being pragmatic and breaking down why I needed to make updates on my pitch deck. Brought in great advisors and mentors to really guide me through the process. Connected me with a lot of other investment groups, VCs and angel investors. So that helped me out a lot.
So it sounds like the diversity, lack of diversity in tech is more due to our just not being in the room than it is pure racism.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think getting out there and getting connected, because like if you don't know, then I'm not going to be able to, like if I don't know you, I don't get to connect you to all these amazing programs. So it's really getting out there and getting to know a lot of people. There's plenty of brothers and sisters out there that know. It's just, you got to get out there and get connected to them.
And did you go to Afrotech?
No, I heard about it, but yeah, I didn't get a chance to go this year.
Afrotech just happened recently, and I think that I mentioned Afrotech because that is another way. It's another one of those events where lots of people in the space and in the industry coalesce around that particular event. You can go out and make sure that you actually engage and meet a lot of people who will look like you at Afrotech.
Exactly. And I think on top of all that, it's all about understanding with understanding finance as well, and understanding investment. And Black people should invest more, and not be so afraid of it. I think there's a deep fear of losing all your money, but it's calculated. You're not just throwing money anywhere. It's not like, oh, I'm going to throw this money in just penny stocks and I don't know what the hell this is. No, I mean, my top advice is if you do have some little bit of disposable income, even if it's $100 or $200, invest in what you truly believe in. If you really love some clothing line, if you really love like whatever brand or food group or restaurant, invest.
Which is why I think Asians, in particular the Chinese, they want to break bread. They need you to know their family. They need to know your family, because that investment is not just in your company. It's in you as a human being, and character and all that should matter. And I think a lot of us run into relationships, both personal and business relationships, without truly knowing the people that we're in business with. And this is a long-term relationship that can impact you greatly, both positively and negatively. So if you don't know, who you're dealing with, when you have that 50-50 partnership, which you should never do, and it goes wrong, that's why, because you didn't see all of the...
Exactly. You really have to break down, everybody's key responsibilities in the company, and not everybody has the same value. That's one of the top reasons why 50-50 doesn't work, is you're not really bringing 50-50 to the table. Somebody's really going to be bringing significantly more than the other, and that's why it needs to be broken down.
So if you had to do it over again, what percentage would you have taken?
Man, at least 60.
At least 60.
Yeah.
866-801-8255. Obi Onyejekwe. Onyejekwe. Did I do it?
Yeah, Onyejekwe.
Onyejekwe. And he smiles when he does it because he likes his own name. I can tell, he likes himself. And I love that. Let's go to Deborah in Florida. She has a question. Welcome.
Cool.
Hello, Karen. So happy to be on your show today. I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller.
Welcome.
Thank you. And hello, Mr. Onyejekwe.
Yeah, good.
I figured I'd give it a shot. Okay. Well, very interesting conversation. I mean, I had no idea that we represented 73% of people that consider ourselves gamers, and really did not have a lot of representation in that space. So very excited to find out about your animation. So I was thinking, I know that you were saying if we had some interest in maybe putting that into our business, to inquire on that. And I was thinking about possibly doing children's finance through animation.
What would that look like?
Yeah.
What's the plan?
Well, right now, I'm a new business owner. I'm starting up a business. I'm a Jumping Jack Tax affiliate, so tax preparation, RLK Wealth Management Group, and we're actually going into the communities and doing financial literacy for free, and doing tax preparation throughout the entire year. So as a part of that financial literacy model, I was thinking that it would be possible to do a niche for kids finance, saving, budgeting, starting a small business, a little side hustle for children, and possibly using the animation to maybe explain it in more of a animated fashion.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see that. I mean, if you have two options. I mean, you could either license UNOMi software and create it internally with a group of people and keep your costs low, or you could, hire out a studio or even Pixel Pirate Studio in conjunction with the software and roll out the content as well. But yeah, I can see a definite need for that. There is a great need for kids, especially to learn financial literacy early versus wait till they're 25 or 35, to learn how to manage their finances.
And how would she work with UNOMi when she went on your website?
So
go ahead.
Yeah, you could either, if you go to the website, you could either subscribe there, or if you want to go to the contact and contact me through the website. So the website is GetUNOMi, GetUNOMi.com. And then, you could reach out to me there, and then we could, work out an extensive plan if you want, or you could just license the software.
Okay, so to license the software, you need to know how to use it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But it's easy to use. It's easy to use.
Is it? How easy? Is it easy like Adobe?
Easier than
anything?
that.
It's easier?
3 drag and drops on the click of a button.
Really?
That easy,
So what if I consider myself a Luddite and I struggle with just basic,
It's simple.
hippity-hop technology?
Like there's a video on there. You watch that video, that's it. There's one video on there that you need to watch, and that's it.
Okay, you're smiling like this is so easy.
It's easy.
Okay, how long have you been doing this? This particular UNOMi. When did you start this?
It's been 3 years ago. So yeah,
3 years,
literally
okay.
right after we sold Nito. Got
You're
right
like,
into it.
what's that? Is that the mentality? Because when you run into entrepreneurs, they're mostly serial entrepreneurs, and I think people. And I've said this before because we don't get the same luxury to fail. I started my business around the same time that Dan Snyder did, right? And he failed a couple of times, and I remember because I was working at the Daily News, and Mort Zuckerman had invested in those 2 failed businesses, and he kept investing in them. And I was like, really? You get to fail like that? And then the Washington Redskins, and the rest is history. But he literally failed miserably the first 2. And I said, wow, I got into business with some group of people. I failed. They didn't come back.
Yep.
But tech investment culture it's much more like that. I remember reading Startup Nation 10 years ago, which talks about the way the Jewish community, how Israeli startups work. Right, is that if you are an Israeli CEO that has had a failed company, you're more valuable to the marketplace because the response then to investors is that, oh, he's already made his big mistakes with somebody else's money. Now he or she has the benefit of having made those mistakes already, and now he can have my money now to invest in this next thing because he or she has already made her mistakes already with somebody else's money. That person, that executive already knows that it shouldn't be 50-50. So now this next time it's going to be even better.
Exactly.
But that's culture. Is that cultural?
It is a tech industry.
Do we have to condition ourselves differently? How do we?
It is the tech industry does have that mentality. Now, I admit if you're African American, yes, I feel it. I felt it with the first company. I still feel it.
You had to win.
Yeah.
You had to be successful. You didn't have the luxury to fail.
Exactly. I still feel it now. I mean, even with we're raising capital now, and I made sure to get through the major hurdles, the major pain points.
Which were what?
Technical. Getting the code clean, making sure.
So you actually had to have, because there are people that don't even have product of getting money.
Exactly.
There are people that don't have product.
Exactly.
That nothing, just an idea on paper, not even a wireframe. So you had to make sure your T's were crossed, I's dotted, everything functions, everything's working.
Team is on point. They come from a great background. They have great experience. I exited. So if you're investing in a company now, the bugs are gone, the kinks are gone. The site is up. So yeah, I needed all that before I was just gonna be asking anybody for money.
Do you have another job, Obi?
So Pixabay helps bring in some bit of money, but yeah, this is mostly my savings, and yeah, I'm about to pump more money in, along with the equity crowdfund that we're doing now.
Okay, where is that?
So you're doing equity crowdfund?
Yeah, so we're doing a traditional race as well, but yeah, we're doing equity crowdfund through micro ventures. So we're currently on there now. So yeah, I love it because it's a great way to do friends and family versus me just going door to door, email to email, asking people to invest and then not having the proper material or having not enough material for them. Or now you can go to one link and see everything, full transparency.
And using that system, do you have to abide by the same sort of capital reserves and everything that a normal investor does?
Yeah, so you have to abide by the SEC rules and regulations. So they're pretty strict. It's kind of like doing an IPO, but once you I guess abide by all those rules and regulations, you should be fine. But yeah, I like it just because it's true. They force me to be fully transparent, so there's no messing around.
So let's back into that. If I were to invest in UNOMi, which I'm not going to, but so just full disclosure. All right, and so the ask is, let's just round number, $1 million. You need $1 million. I give you $1 million. What do I get?
So basically, it's just a basic fund where you're investing in a company overall. I can't give you the details just because the SEC actually bars me from being.
Okay, let's take another company.
Yeah,
not your company, not UNOMi. Let's take Skip Got Go.
Okay.
Skip Got Go.
Yeah.
And it's a new company starting up. They do bubble gum and some bull crap, right? Bubble gum and bull crap.
Yep.
Actually, that's what they serve.
Yeah.
And they need $1 million.
Yeah.
I give them $1 million. What should I get for that
perfect.
as an investor? And what,
Perfect. So let's just say it's you're a qualified investor because you're putting in $1 million. So you're a qualified investor. You got money. So at the end of the day, you get most likely what's called a convertible note.
Do you want to talk about what a qualified investor is?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Yeah. So basically, a qualified investor is either somebody who has a net worth over $1 million or makes, I think, don't quote me, $200,000 a year or more.
I thought it was it's $300,000.
They raised it? Wow. So yeah, $300,000 a year. So there you go. So that you'd most likely get what's called a convertible note, which is it's a debt instrument, but it actually later on, depending on what the terms are in the contract, converts to stock options later.
Okay.
So it could trigger from either like how much money you raise or a couple other options as well.
Now that Skip Gap Group, Bubblegum and BS, they go on the first couple of years, they suck, and then they come back year 3, they're making money, and then Google buys them, and gives them $100 million.
Yeah.
What do I get for my $1 million?
So depending on what the valuation of the company was, and you said $100 million?
Yeah, they get $100 million from Google.
My math isn't the best, but you'd probably make close to 10x on your money,
And that's much better than the banks.
Yeah, exactly.
But even the stock market.
Exactly.
So sometimes.
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. But I got to wait 3 years for it, and then it's a guess.
Yeah.
It's not for sure, because
it's not
bubblegum and bullcrap is not guaranteed that that's going to actually be a hit.
Exactly. And you definitely have to, believe in the company. This is something that's long term. But then look, there are startups that blow up in year 2, year 3. Some it's 5, some fail.
Right.
A lot fail.
They make movies about those.
Exactly.
Now, is the goal? I'm sorry. I'm just sticking with the bubblegum and bullcrap. Is the goal to sell your company to somebody? Because I feel like, especially as a black person, that I want to hold on to my company. That I don't want to build a company because the push is to build your company to go sell it for $100 million, $1 billion, and then ride off into the sunset. But then there's no legacy. There's no build. It's like we're building these companies just to sell. And that means there's no foundational strength to it over time.
Wow. Okay. I got so much to say in this. So basically, because I have family members that feel the same way. When you're building a venture-backed company, what that means is you're building a company that's going to grow well over $200,000 or more, well into the billions. That's what investors want. That's the return that VCs want. That's the return most angels want. At the end of the day, which means you're going to make it. So the way you make your money back for investors is either you IPO or you sell the company. So it's one of those two. Now, here's what IPO looks like. So this is when you may want to reconsider, because at the end of the day, there has to be end goal to the company. You can't run it forever. You will eventually pass. You'll get older. It has to, somebody eventually has to take over. So either selling down the line, making a bunch of money for everybody else, and then you move on to the next thing, or you IPO. Now, if you IPO, what that means, it's almost like Game of Thrones. You all see Game of Thrones? Imagine saying, you know what? We're not going to sell our kingdom. We're going to build our own, and we're going to battle everybody else. That's kind of how it is, because you're raising a crap load of money to compete with a lot of your other major competitors out there. So those are things you have to think about on whether you decide to IPO or sell your company.
Well, if you have dragons, you have an advantage.
Exactly.
But I think the IPO process is, I think the WeWork thing just showed us that's warts and all too, right?
Exactly.
Like they were going to be, he was going to be a trillionaire, and now he's only a billionaire for blowing up a company.
Exactly. So that's the thing.
So there's an upside. So
for him.
What you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So in the event that Google doesn't come along and buy, what's the name of bullshit?
Bubblegum and bullcrap.
Yeah, bubblegum and bullcrap.
Right.
Like say Google doesn't come around and buy that, but you start making money in year 3.
Yeah.
I put my $1 million in. How much am I getting a dividend?
Yeah.
Am I getting a check?
Exactly. And they said you're crushing it. And you're bringing in, let's say, $10 million a year.
Yeah.
Now at that point,
that's crushing it?
Yeah. Hey, I'll
$10 million,
take it. Yeah.
Shit. I'll take it.
Look, there's a lot of startups not making that aren't profitable. There's a lot of them out there.
And let's say that, right? Most businesses right now aren't making money.
Yeah.
Netflix isn't making money. Come on, y'all. Yup. Amazon's actually underwater.
Yeah.
Come on. With all of that. And And so this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This country is built on a house of cards right now.
Yeah.
On a house of cards of businesses that aren't making money, which used to be the hallmark. My daddy owned a corner store.
Yeah.
You got to make more money than you spend. That's what he taught. Basic.
Exactly.
That doesn't exist anymore.
Well, I think what it is too. So even just to round off your point is you could give out dividends to pay off your investors to make them happy and then keep things going. Now, I think their top mission when they're not where they're not profitable, they're really trying to take over the industry.
Yeah.
First. It's dominate this industry first and foremost. Then we're going to become profitable later by rolling out new services.
Which is why Amazon's first move was into publishing, undercutting the booksellers, undercutting the publishers, not making a profit, but doing volume like car salesmen, right? Saleswomen. And then they completely dominated the market. And then they start like Miss Pac-Man gobbling up other markets and then become... But losing money all along the way until they can get to a place.
Yeah, and I mean, they may not be profitable, but what they're gaining is the users. That's the value. Yeah. They already got the users. Like Netflix, they may not be as profitable, but they're crushing it industry-wise. Like everybody's scrambling to keep up now. Now we got the streaming wars coming in.
And for a lot of organizations, it's enough just to disrupt. I mean, granted, we're still waiting for Uber to make a profit, right? But they have fundamentally changed the transportation industry globally. Yeah,
and they created a verb,
and that too. Yeah. And so there's some modicum of value in just that, right?
Huge.
Not to mention that the early investors are already rich and out of there.
Exactly. And
it's just the saps that got the stock that ain't making no money.
Exactly. What happens when Uber flips and says, okay, now we have driverless cars that will take you everywhere for like 25 cents to like here to Bronx? You're all in. You're all in. They could be profitable in year one just from new technology that allows them to do all of that.
Or the swipe of one congressional pen that allows them to change just a little bit about how the business is structured.
Exactly.
And it could totally do it.
Yeah.
All right. 866-801-8255. Obi's here. All right. So let's continue on with the software, because I this animation thing every day. We just had somebody in. Andrew Yang, who said that coding's going to be automated. Yeah. So no one needs to know how to code except to learn how to think better, which I do believe that is great because it helps you in every other area. Did you teach yourself how to code?
No, I actually went to, I think when a lot of teaching tutorials were online, I learned a couple.
You went to YouTube University?
Yeah, a little bit of that.
That's where you can go. All right, this is automated. What's next? Because I want the next AI trillionaire to come from the Karen Hunter Show. I need the family, some kid out there that's listening in the car with mommy. I need them to be engaged right now, and I need you to spark something to provide the iron, to sharpen that iron, to kick off that kid's mind to say, okay, I didn't think about that. Let me do that.
Yeah, I think, AI is definitely, AI and robotics for sure. I think driverless cars all over the place, that's definitely next. That's coming through hard. Just human beings having to reshape how they exist on this planet with robotics.
What is that? What are you talking about?
I mean, like a lot of jobs are going away.
Yeah, we know. Andrew Yang told us that. That's why he's giving us all $1,000.
Exactly. So you gotta double down on creativity. You gotta double down on what humans just outdo when it comes to robotics or to robots.
Or we work together. We can look at what we need on this planet. We need to heal the planet. We're talking air, water, the soil, and the food supply. If we work with robots, if that's the new 9 to 5 is working with robots to clean up the planet, that can employ everybody.
I agree.
That is simple. So I wanted to ask Andrew Yang that. I was like, instead of I don't fear AI. I don't fear automation. If we use them to solve the problems that we face, because we're in crisis mode with this planet and we're in the crisis mode with the 99%.
Exactly.
Those are the solutions. Simple right there. Those two.
I agree.
So what's the impediment to that happening? Why isn't that happening right now?
What, pivoting? Because nobody's talking about pivoting. I think the only person that's talking about is Andrew Yang. Like
you have your vote? No, I'm just
I mean, I'll be honest. I'm a fan. I think you got to pivot from, look, if you were working in the coal mines, you need to pivot to if not building robots, programming, welding. There's a shortage in welders.
Right.
Like there's a welding shortage.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
The trades
There's a welding shortage.
Yeah,
and they make
all the trade industries.
They make money.
Yeah.
The
All the
trades,
Funny.
there's upside in trades, and that is a part of our educational system that needs as big a boost as anything.
Yeah.
else.
Not to mention in trades, you get the opportunity for apprenticeships as opposed to having to spend all that money for 4 years.
Exactly.
For your
Which also
education.
Free
leads
education.
to small business ownership, growing it, bringing on employees, letting those folks start their own businesses. I think it's a huge pathward up.
15 years ago, my accountant told me his wealthiest clients were masons, plumbers, and electricians, and I was like,
And
what are we doing?
HVAC guys.
What are we doing?
Exactly.
My a buddy of mine, he says that the problem that we have is that we keep that we're talking about racing against the machine instead of racing with the machine.
Exactly.
He said that's the mindset that we've got to change in terms of that. And for parents who are out there listening, there are some amazing robotics programs that your kids can be involved in, and they can be involved in those programs just as much as they can be involved in Little League and T-ball. If you are in a major black city, a city that has a large African American population, 100 Black Men sponsors robotics camps in Atlanta, in New York, in Chicago, in Houston, in Dallas. There's also, you should do some research on Black Girls Code. There are Black Girls Code franchises all over this country that really inspires young people, young women, young black women, and young black kids in general, because you can go to Black Girls Code if you've got a son as well. And these programs are out there. There are tons of other programs out there that are affordable. I know that the 100 Black Men program is affordable because I used to sponsor it with foundation dollars from the corporation that I used to work for. And those camps are amazing. They have kids as young as 2nd and 3rd grade building robots, learning the fundamentals of thinking about tech and thinking about technology in a very different way. So just throwing that out there.
And there's even courses. There's even online courses where it's free, and you'll just pay after they find you a job. So there's even courses, programs like that.
All right, let's take Joyce in Florida, 866-801-8255. Let's head over there to Joyce. You're on with Obi, CEO of UNOMi. Hello, Joyce.
How are you?
Awesome.
First-time caller.
All right, welcome.
Listener. I just wanted to really commend you all and to try to encourage the schools in terms of, we're sending kids for vocational, because college is not for all students. But the vocational programs are still and nothing against cosmetology, but they're still doing cosmetology programs, but just like you're speaking, this HVAC and welding, we have shortages. Why aren't we training our kids and bringing them through high school to go that route? But I think it's because everybody's so kind of old and antiquated with technology that are the leaders in the school, so to speak. So I just wanted to give that comment, and I think you guys are right on track with that.
Thank you, Joyce. There's been a lot of talk about presidential candidates. We just had Andrew Yang here. Hopefully Julian Castro will be calling up. And folks are relitigating Barack Obama's presidency. And I think, once it's all said and done, he'll go down in history as one of the best presidents we ever had. Y'all can go ahead with all of that. But one of his legacies was equity crowdfunding. Yeah. Taking that big dollar amount out of the hands of the big people to make the money. Now, regular folk with regular money can invest in companies and build, the next Wakanda.
Exactly.
Which I'm going to be ambassador.
I thought it was Queen.
No. Actually, I said
Pharaoh.
Pharaoh. Pharaoh. Yeah, Pharaoh. Not Thank you.
Pharaoh.
Yeah, because I remember in the past, there was I think when I was last time on your radio show, a lot of people wanted to invest, but the equity crowdfund, I think legislation hadn't even gone through yet.
That was 3-4 years.
Yeah.
All right. I was I knew you look familiar.
Yeah.
I'm horrible, by the way, with memories and stuff.
Well, you got a lot of people coming in here.
That is true. It's just a blur. But yes, I won't forget you ever again, Obi. Yes, Juan Kenobi. And I think I did that same corny joke last time you were here as well. So I'm consistent. Nothing else. All right. So if people, again, and I want to get us in investing mode, I need us to make our money, because your money's not going to work for itself under your mattress, in your bra, in your sock drawer, in the freezer. Your money needs to be out in the streets. I say you got to work your money. You understand? Better come back with more money.
Exactly.
And we're not doing the game that other people are building wealth and legacies on, which is investing in companies, investing in stocks, and getting involved in the game. Where else is your money?
I mean, mine is definitely in the stock market for sure. I have I've gotten to the level where I finally got my own broker, where we connect every once a week, in the morning, and go over and then buy and sell. Buy low, sell high. It's pretty much the common formula.
Are you a growth stock person or a dividend stock person?
Both, actually. You got to diversify. So
you do mutual funds too, Obi?
Not anymore.
Oh, okay. Why'd you leave the mutual
Just because that was when I didn't have a broker. So I think once you have a broker, then you don't, in my opinion, don't need the mutual funds anymore, because you're pretty much managing your own fund.
Right.
And time again, what I've seen with the mutual funds is they're packaging you all in one group, and they're not buying and selling and trading based on the market. So that was my biggest issue. And it's an upgrade.
Let me tell you, when they just, because I think it was Schwab. Yeah. Yep. No more fees. Yeah. And then everybody was like, okay, no more fees. Yeah. I was like, yes. Yeah. I started trading like every day. Yeah. I'm like, it's not costing me $4.95 or $3.95 anymore. I'm in. Nope, I'm going to do one share a day. Take that. That was beautiful.
And so, you might have mentioned, really investing in things you really care about. So I'm not asking for specific stock advice or stock, but like, what's the kind of thing you're looking for when you're going to invest your money?
For me, like growth for sure. And look, I'll be honest, a lot of it isn't tech. So you got your Googles, you got your Apples, you got your Netflix. So I'm definitely looking for high sales growth, or sales growth that's starting to go on an uptick, versus down. Like if your sales growth is tanking, then it's probably a bad sign for sure. I do look at a little bit of history of overall with the company. Is it a growing company? Are they doing innovative things? You're reading up as much as possible in each one, and at the same time, like just believing in. I think one of the biggest mistakes I've made in just in investing is, I remember when Apple was, I think, $15 a share. Right. And I'm a designer.
Do you remember that? What was that?
Man, it was like 2003 or something like that. 2003. It's around that time. And so I remember, and I was a designer. I used all Apple products at the time. And so I was like, man, I remember talking to my friend of mine, Chris. I was like, Chris, man, we should get some of this Apple stock. I know. Then we both chickened out and didn't do it. Bad boy, I think, and then what happened? Then I think the iPods really start blowing up, and then it shoots up to the 50s. I'm like, what were we thinking? I finally, it shot up to the 90s, then it came back down, and I finally got mine when I saw the iPhone coming out. No. It was an iPod. The iPod with the color screen, and a friend of mine plugged the white wire into the television screen, and he showed me how he downloaded content and watched on the screen. That was the first time I saw like streaming content on a small device like that. I was like, oh, this is the future. I went in about mad stock, about a ton at that point. And then when the iPhone was right when they announced it, bought like a bunch more, and then skyrocketed.
Gotta have some prognostication in your DNA. Let's go to Jeff in Delaware really quickly. That too. Hey Jeff, welcome. Jeff in Delaware.
Hey Karen, how you?
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, first time caller. How y'all doing?
Awesome. Welcome to the family.
So I'm calling in because you all were talking about teaching kids tech. And I just recently left the tech world industrial-wise and started my own tech company teaching kids tech. Teaching them with robots and drones, teaching them coding, starting off with block coding, keeping them something simple, and then moving on to things like Python and JavaScript and things like that, just to give them an understanding of what coding is and the logical thinking that goes behind putting code together, because that does play a part in, life and thinking and doing anything in the future.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
It. All right, so Obi, you flew in just to do this show today?
That's right,
That's
and have fun in New York.
Are you going to have fun? Yeah. All right, because you got money from that AOL. Which AOL probably wanted their money back.
We're still on a budget, though.
All right, craziest thing that you did with your check when you got it?
Man, honestly, start a new company.
Okay.
I think, I didn't go, the only shopping, I probably bought one leather jacket. That was about it. Other than that, started a new company. Yeah,
a leather jacket.
That's it.
Okay. Well, we hope that UNOMi takes off and that you'll come back and report on that, and that you get lots of investors. And thank you for joining us today.
Definitely.
Appreciate you. All right.
Thank you.
Go to UNOMi. Actually, give us the website again.
Yeah, it's UNOMi, get UNOMi, GetUNOMi.com. And then you could invest in the company as well at microventures.com.
Microventures.com. And that's for a bunch of other companies, but do this one.
Yep.
All right. Thanks for being here. Let me tell you all about Lightstream, because you got to get your money right. If you got too many credit cards, y'all shouldn't be investing in anything. Get out of debt. Please get out of debt. Consolidate your high interest credit card balances at a lower rate and save with Lightstream. You can get a credit card consolidation loan with a rate as low as 5.95% APR with AutoPay. I know some car loans that are not that low. And this is much lower, of course, than the national average credit card interest rate, which is more than 20% APR. Plus, your rate is fixed with Lightstream and won't budge. There are no fees, and you can even get your money as soon as the day you apply. The application process is quick and easy, and you can apply right from your phone. Lightstream believes that people with good credit deserve a better loan experience, and that's what they deliver. And just for my listeners, if you apply now, you can get a special interest rate discount when you go to lightstream.com/hunter. That's lightstream.com/hunter. Subject to credit approval. Rate includes a 0.50% autopay discount. Terms and conditions apply, and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/hunter for more information. It's the Karen Hunter Show. We'll be back.
Follow Karen on Twitter @Karen Hunter. #Karen Rebels. The Karen Hunter Show.